What's up, CroatianSports.com nation? Ante Kvartuc here for your Croatia versus Spain morning after report. Been reading through the Croatian papers today after the 3-0 Croatia loss to Spain in Berlin, and three things stick out to me that I wanted to share. Number one, Mr. Bruno Petkovic is in the doghouse. Dalic single-handedly called him out in post-game press conferences, and it really doesn't look good for Petkovic. Dalic said Petkovic needed to do better staying on his feet for that goal that he was eventually fouled for the penalty. But okay, he falls down, get the penalty, that's fine. But Dalic said the hierarchy of the Croatian national team is for whoever is fouled in the box not to take the penalty. So Bruno should not have taken the penalty. That's not the way they write it up. It should have been Meyer or Petković. We all know what happened. Petković didn't score. But Dalic single-handedly called out Petković after the game. So it doesn't look good for Petković moving forward. I don't know what that means for Albania. I don't know what it means for Italy. But I guess he broke protocol with the penalty kick, and it was all a disaster after that. Not just as his penalty kick get blocked, but he scores it after the fact, and Petković gets called for encroachment. Just complete disaster. So Petković single-handedly in the doghouse for Dalic. We'll see if he gets any more playing time the rest of the tournament. I would imagine Budimir is going to start as Croatia's number 9 striker against Albania on Wednesday. Number two, a lot of reports out of Berlin were that the Croatian fans that were in the Olympiastadion in Berlin were not that great. They weren't loud, and a couple outlets in Croatia, Sportska Novosti, one of them, are calling the majority of Croatian fans in Berlin Instagram fans, that they were just there to Instagram their reels and their stories, that there was no chanting from the opening whistle. There's little pockets of Croatian fans throughout the stadium that were singing and getting their groove on, but the Spanish fans, which was just a small contingent of them, really overpowered our fans. Okay, but guess what? We were down 3-0 at halftime, and I've been to a million games. I've been to a million sporting events. It sucks when your team is down 3-0, regardless if you have one fan there or 50,000 fans. So this is a tough one. A lot of comments out of Croatia are saying, well, if this was a Dinamo game or a Hajduk game or a Rijeka Osijek game, the fans would have kept chanting. They would have kept going, even if they were down 3-0. They didn't. This was the Diaspora Cup. This isn't Torcida. This isn't BBB. So I'm 50-50 on that one. It sucks when your team's losing that early in the first half and all the air has left the stadium. So, but that's what reports are saying out of Croatia, that there's a lack of atmosphere from Croatian fans in the stadium, and they were just there to Instagram. So I watched it on TV. I can't comment. I didn't really hear too much chanting outside of little pockets here and there. But guess what? If you're down 3-0 in the first 45 minutes of the match, that sucks. And number three, looks like some changes are coming. A lot of people not happy with Pongracic. Looks like he'll get the bench the rest of the tournament. And I can only assume that Gvardiol is going to move back to the center defensive spot next to Šutalo probably. It's the experiment's not working. It's not that Gvardiol can't play left back. It's we don't have a center back pairing that works for the rest of Croatia, and that showed against the Spain game. Number two, Brozovic. Brozovic didn't look good. A lot of people are frustrated with Brozovic, and that he's on his way out of the international team. Not just internationally, but he went to go take the money to play in Saudi Arabia over the summer. So we'll see how much playing time Brozovic gets, but he didn't have a good game. And I think the Project Kramaric on the left wing is over. He's had 2 back-to-back invisible games against Portugal and Spain. I don't know what to do with Kramaric. He scored over a dozen goals in the Bundesliga this year, but we have nowhere to put him. My opinion, play Petković on the left. If Petković can play 30, 40 minutes. Why not start him from the scratch, from the opening whistle and go from there? So a lot of stuff is going to happen this week, but Petković in the doghouse, Croatian fans in the doghouse apparently. Pongracic, Brozovic, a lot of fans not happy with them. But look, let me give you some silver lining here. One game. It's not the end of the tournament. We have a very important game against Albania, probably a must win. We still control our own destiny. Argentina, first game of the 2022 World Cup, lost to Saudi Arabia, won the whole thing. Croatia lost to England at Wembley 3 years ago at Euro 2020, made knockout stages. Not the end of the world. We need to regroup. Let's see what we come up with Albania. But I imagine there's going to be some moves with Brozovic, Pongracic, maybe even Kramaric. I think we need a little more added firepower, a little bit more pace out there. But those are your 3 headlines coming out of Croatia this morning. See you guys soon. Albania, June 19th.